The very first one is a concept that's called be proactive.
Okay.
And what that means, Keith and everybody, is that the author of the book is basically saying he knows that every individual has to take charge and assume responsibility for their success.
Yeah, absolutely.
As simple as that.
That's a simple concept.
That's a simple concept.
So powerful, though.
And it's a bit, in his world, it's a business concept, but let's take some other examples, okay?
Okay.
A pro athlete.
Right.
They generally start when they're like in,
grade school. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Maybe they get up through middle school, some get up to high school and quits or move on to something else. Others get to college. Now, very few become professional athletes.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But unless they've got the willingness and ability to take charge and assume responsibility for their success or failure, and that's going to come, that question is going to nag them for 15, 20 years until they can become a true professional.
That's right.
They won't be successful.
No,
they won't be successful. A doctor, people say, oh, I want to be a doctor. They make a lot of money.
Right.
Okay? And all they got to do is walk in and tell people what to do. Well, how about the undergrad school? How about the medical school?
Right.
How about the residencies? Okay. How about the assisting a doctor for a while? I mean, you're talking a minimum of 10 years till you really have a practice of your own.
Exactly.
And it might be a part of a group practice, might be on your own. But again, you got to have a 10-year time frame to look forward to. So unless you can take charge, okay, and assume responsibility for your own actions and your own ultimate success, you're not going to get there.
No, you're not going to get there.
Let's talk about Baccarat.
Okay. Let's hear how it relates. Proactive.
Members of our forum have
Go ahead.
This, and that is that you can't just walk into a room or into a Baccarat table and say, oh, it's player and banker. Now, there are that are written about how you cannot win in Baccarat.
Yeah. Oh, there are.
50-50.
Yeah.
You can't win.
Right.
You may as well just flip a coin.
Right.
Okay? You may as well not even play this because you're wasting your time.
That's right.
Okay? And if you believe that, you've already
you're done.
You're already done.
Yeah.
You've already thrown out the window the concept of you've got to take charge and be responsibility for winning. It's very possible, but it takes a lot of work, and I'm certainly a testimony to it. But I know a lot of other people that have done the same thing.
Yep, and there's people who.
So it really applies. These business concept in this particular one really applies to you as a Baccarat player. Now, in Baccarat, let me give you some specific examples here. With respect to, and we're talking about being independent, but we're talking about the first, concept, which is
proactive.
You've got to be proactive, okay? And I told you what that means. So how do you be proactive with respect to Baccarat? Well, a lot of people, again, they and I probably was guilty of it in the beginning as well. In fact, I have. Okay. I just thought, man, if it's 50-50, well, I'll just go in and play regression to the mean. Meaning if the shoe is going one way, I'll just bet it's going to go backwards and go back to 50-50.
Right. Yep.
I did that for on and off for 20 years. Not every day. I had a business life and stuff. But then traveling, I'd get to go to a lot of different places.
Yes.
Well, what? It wasn't until I got on the forum back in 2010, so 12 years ago, that I realized I was playing backwards.
Backwards, yeah. You were playing backwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I needed to realize that I should be looking for what is the most variance in this shoe from 50-50 and play in that direction. And if it changes, sure, adopt another variance that now is coming up,
Right. You were proactive. You learned something. You read, you studied, focus on what you know, and then find out more information, which is being proactive.
And remember when I started, literally the internet was just coming into vogue. I mean, I was reading books and taking seminars from people, and they didn't have all the information. Now you just go to the internet, you can find a lot of this stuff.
You get it all, yeah, absolutely.
But where you really find it is doing it yourself. Okay.
That's right.
So to develop the skill set to be, ultimately successful and take responsibility for your own success is you've got to have the I'm going to use an analogy of horse racing, if I may.
Okay.
There's a reason that in a horse race, they put blinders on the horse.
Right.
And why is that?
Well, so he doesn't see the other horses again.
That's right. They don't want the horse like this.
Right, veering off. Right.
A few gallops or a few steps, so to speak. Okay. Or looking over to the left and seeing what, Sweetie on the farm is doing, Meanwhile, the jockey's going, come on.
Exactly.
They want that focused on the finish line.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Focus and learn stuff.
So again, the analogy to Baccarat is simple. When you go in and play Baccarat, and we're not even talking right now, we're just studying the game and figuring this out. But I wish somebody had told me these things about blinders and stuff. You're only playing against yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
you don't realize that.
You got to have
laser focus,
virtual blinders, and have the focus to not care about what this person is doing over here or what he may be doing over here, how much money they have.
Right.
And you got to just put all that out of your mind.
Put it out of your mind.
That you're playing against yourself. It's the dealer is doing nothing but, handing out money, taking your money, bets if you lose, and dealing the cards out.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. That's exactly right.
There's not a lot of games, casino at least, that give you the opportunity to, number one, be the only player in the game. Number two, be successful. If you are, you will make a lot of money. Right. And number three, give you something that you can do really for the rest of your, I'll call it cognitive life. If you want to be successful, but you've got to take it step by step. And the first step is you've got to study. You've got to step back from everything. Don't assume that because somebody's got a pile of chips, you're walking to a casino, you look over yourself, oh man, that person keeps making, look at the chips, they're just, how many? Well, they may have started with 3 times that many, and you just weren't there.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, Kevin. That's right.
There's the old saying, what's the fastest way to make $1 million in Baccarat?
Yeah. What's
that? $1 million.
Start with $1 million, absolutely.
No, start with $2 million.
Start with $2 million, yeah, okay.
That's the way to make $1 million.
A lot easier when you start with $2 million, absolutely.
Exactly right. That's exactly right. So
be proactive. So read, join clubs, get mentored, put blinders on, stay focused on your goal, and take responsibility for learning the information. To your point, there's books that are going to tell you why you can't win. If you want to believe that, then you're done. But dig around, and of course, if you found us, then you've come to the right place. There's no doubt about that. Well, I have to say so myself.
The next time we get together, Keith, we're going to talk about the second precept, and I'll just tell you what it is. We're not going to get into it.
No.
Begin with the end in mind.
Begin with the end in mind, and everybody will be really interested in that.
So. Exactly. So, stay tuned. This is going to be a series of videos, okay, and concepts presented. But I'm really certain by the end of getting, once you get through this, we'll just do a series of shorts on this, short videos. You're going to sit back and say, you know what, this really makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So, thanks for your time, and we'll see you again soon.
Talk to you soon. All right. Bye-bye.